It all began on May 30th, but tonight we're down to the final two. The first piece of domestic silverware will be decided here at Belfield. Live and exclusive, it's the Eircom League Cup final, UCD versus Derry City. Yes, hello and welcome to Belfield, where not alone is the League Cup up for grabs tonight, but also a place in the 2006 Setanta Cup. There's no doubting Derry City are the form side, 20 games unbeaten, and in their history they've won the League Cup on a record 5 occasions. UCD, in contrast, have contested just one League Cup final. That came back in 2001, when over a two-legged affair they lost out 5-3 to a St Patrick's Athletic side managed by Pat Dolan. Pat, you'll obviously have fond memories of that night, and several people involved 4 years ago are back here tonight.
Yeah, that was a marvellous night. Martin Russell actually was possibly man of the match in that game. Superb footballing brain. And now as a coach with UCD, you can see the way these developing players really knows this league inside out. Also, Kieran Martin played very well for UCD on that night. Unfortunate to be on the losing side. He's now in the Derry team. He's very disappointed not to be picked. He's on the bench. UCD
obviously are known as a side that's difficult to break down, but not prolific up front. As a result, they'll be disappointed that perhaps that Robbie Martin isn't selected to start tonight.
Yeah, he's had injuries recently. And what's interesting is they had a vital game against Bray last week. They didn't want to be sucked down into that relegation battle, and they beat Bray. Fantastic. And there's a young lad, Conan Byrne, a meteoric rise, not even listed in the programme here, in the pen picks. But Pete Mann said they'd won that game, we're going to stick with this guy. Could have gone for Damien Dupé, but no, he's gone for the young lad. And if he does well tonight, they'll be calling him Conan the Barbarian.
And just a word on Robbie Martin, obviously his experience as well. He's one of the survivors of 2001. Had he figured that might have perhaps added something extra along with the likes of Tony McDonald, Mick O'Donnell?
Yeah, but they've got him on the bench. You know, if you look at the two benches, Derry have got far more experience, got a lot of top players there. But, you know, Robbie Martin's there, and if UCD aren't scoring those goals, which has been the problem all season, they'll be able to spring him from the bench.
OK, let's have a look at him then in action. We have some clips of him from earlier in the season.
Well, the key for UCD tonight is to hold on to the ball. And what Robbie does very well, he maintains the ball. He's a good target figure. Uses the ball very, very well. Strong, keeps it simple. You can see here, he takes it in. They have to receive the ball in deep positions because they're used to playing without the ball. And it's what the UCD front runners, Anthony Murphy and Conan Byrne can do. They'll be on scraps tonight because they're playing against a very experienced Derry City defence. Goals have been a problem all season for them.
Goals haven't certainly been a problem for Derry City. I mean, looking at them, there's two key figures we've picked out. One is Peter Hutton, experience, man for the big occasion. He's been around the league. The other is Mark Farron, 15 league goals this season, 3 in the run to the cup final, and must be in the running for Player of the Year.
Absolutely, but Peter Hutton's a legend. Absolutely fantastic. He's the rock. And Mark Farron's been a sensation, a goal-scoring find. We picked out 3 bits of what you need to be a top-quality defender. Come and win your first header at centre-half. That makes a huge difference. But look now, when you get beaten, what about your recovery? What about your courage? That's a fantastic block at a vital time. Now time your tackles well. And when you go down, make sure the opposition feel it. But this fella, he's been the sensation in the league. 15 league goals. He scores them all different types of goal. That looks like a straightforward finish. Look at his movement between Rodgers and Crawley. And you can see it when we show it from behind the goal. The way he's able to transfer the ball from his right foot onto his right foot and then still get the shot away. But it's his movement that's terrific. And there's the man of the moment. They call him the miracle man up in the Brandywell. He's really turned Derry City around.
Not many teams have beaten Derry this season, but UCD have back in April, and it came here. How important home advantage then?
Absolutely. You know, home advantage for a cup final. You've got to be feeling really pleased with yourself with that. The issue of the cup final is a difficult one for Derry because they feel that coming here is very unfair on a Tuesday night. It's not UCD's problem. This is a great venue for it. That's down to the league. And we've got to respect the final, play it in the best venue. That's Lansdowne Road. OK, let's hear then from the managers. They've been speaking to Will Downing.
Pete, 2 live games in as many months and a cup final. You're getting used to this TV lark now, aren't you?
Well, I think after 21 years we deserve it. Yeah, it's great to have the cup final here live on TV. We've been blessed with the weather, and I'm hoping now a good crowd comes out and it's a good game.
How significant a night is this then in the history of the club?
Well, it's a very historic night and day, but it can be much better if we win, because there's a lot of things can happen if we win. We go to the Setanta Cup next season, you know, and the financial spin-offs from that and so on. It's very, very important.
Pete, thank you. I've a strange feeling, Stephen, one way or another, Derry City will be in next season's Setanta Cup. You're 12-1 for the treble, you know.
Well, I think we've got to make, first of all, we've got to make sure we qualify for the Santa Cup. And tonight is the best opportunity to do that in the final here against UCD. Should be a good game. We've worked hard to get here. We had tough games against Longford and Drogheda in the quarterfinals and semi-finals. So we've worked hard to get here, and it'd be great if we could take a trophy back to Derry tonight.
Because the last time Derry were at Belfield, you took nothing home.
No, we're beaten that night, but we're on a good run at the moment. We're unbeaten in quite a while, and we want to try and maintain that. The club has really gained a higher profile within Derry this year, and the age profile of the supporters has changed. A lot of young supporters really getting behind the team, and the city is getting behind the team this season. And it'd be great to have that represented with a trophy. If we could bring a trophy back to Derry, it'd only improve our chances for the rest of the season, I feel.
Lots more games than anyone else you played in the domestic season. No tiredness in the limbs yet?
No, certainly no tiredness in relation to cup finals. It's a great opportunity. For many of our players, it's a new experience. For most of the team, it's their first cup final. So, they can only go and enjoy it. And UCD are a strong opposition. As you say, they've beaten us here this season already. So hopefully we can do our stuff tonight.
Gentlemen, thank you. May the
Yes,
best
Pat, in different circumstances, both managers have done marvellous jobs.
Yeah, I mean, people talk about the job that Stephen Kenny's done. It's proven a difficult place for outsiders to go and be successful in Derry. He's really won over the Derry public. But Pete Mann, what a job he's done. He won every trophy in junior football with St Francis, used to winning trophies. You can see the pride in his face tonight. He really wants to bring this League Cup back to Belfield.
Well, UCD may have lost a League Cup final 4 years ago, but back in 1984, when some of the current crop weren't even born, Liam Buckley, who's part of our commentary team, was suffering at their hands in the FAI Cup final.
Yeah, Liam Buckley had a shocker that night. I've been told by many people. I'm sure he'll comment on that. But look at this goal from Ken Doherty. What about that for Desire? Right in the last minute. And people felt they'd blown their chance in the first game. They thought that Rovers would win handy in the replay. It didn't happen. Surprises can happen in cup finals.
A lot of quality players have come through UCD and not won anything, so it's a massive, massive night for them.
Yeah, but they've got someone like Tony McDonald that you see served UCD, had opportunities to go to different clubs. It's a night like tonight, he'll want to get a gold medal.
OK, thanks for now, Pat. Well, we're going to take a break. We can just about hear ourselves over the Derry supporters there on the far side. We'll take a break. We'll be back in a few minutes with the first half action.
Irish football's #1 supporter, the Star.
What makes the perfect bar? A warm welcome. The flow of conversation. Or is it the time it takes to create a cool, crisp pint? Just the way it should be. Boomer's original draft. Time dedicated to you.
Imagine life in one of the most idyllic settings in Ireland. Imagine an investment property in a country estate development comprising hotel with 5-star service and leisure centre overlooking 2 lakes and a championship golf course designed by Nick Faldo. You are imagining Loughrinn Castle and Golf Course, County Leitrim, just 2 hours from Dublin. Larrigan Homes, part of the Hanley Group, are proud to announce the launch of Phase 2 of this prestigious residential development. Contact selling agents for details.
Brooks sale now on. Up to 50% off Junkers hardwood floors and other great offers at Brooks Building Centres nationwide. Brooks, ask us. We'll know.
Cyril, we like music. Portobello College Dublin offers a wide variety of internationally recognized courses, including law, accounting, business, computing and marketing. Our law degree graduates are now on par with NUI and Trinity College law graduates. Situated on the peaceful banks of the Grand Canal and 3 minutes from the Lewis, Portobello College offers state-of-the-art facilities with a professional and friendly approach. Portobello College invites your applications now.
You look great, love.
Oh, thanks. So, what's the damage?
€90, please.
Are you serious?
Did you get a cup of tea?
Yeah, cheers.
I'll just add that on. And did you read any of the magazines, love?
Yeah, a couple.
I'll just charge you for the one.
Nonsense. However, twisty fries at just €1 from the Eurosaver menu? Sense.
Loving it.
Drinking tonight, busy tomorrow. Then you need Lifeline Hangover Defense. The hangover defense that starts working while you're drinking. Available from all good pharmacies. Look for Lifeline Hangover Defense.
At National Radio Cabs, we've got one mission in mind: to get you to your destination in the fastest possible time. Phone now to make your booking on 677-2222 or visit radiocabs.ie. National Radio Cabs, the city's biggest taxi network.
Irish football's #1 supporter, the Star.
Welcome back to Belfield. The teams will soon be making their entrance for the League Cup final, Derry City and UCD. And Pat, Derry's possible treble, of course, is on the line tonight. But it wasn't long ago they were facing Finn Harps in a playoff to retain their Premier Division status.
Yeah, I think people realise that Derry shouldn't be in that situation. They've made the right appointments. He's really revolutionised what they're doing. He's trying to bring professionalism to the football club. They've got very, very good players. But what about their supporters? Fantastic support at the Brandywell.
UCD being led out, of course, by Tony MacDonald. His 13th year here, his 5th as captain. He's been through the bad times with them. He's suffered relegation. He's got no medals, but, I mean, he's been a consistent figure for UCD throughout and a very, very important one.
Yeah, he showed great loyalty, had opportunities to go to other clubs. But he's been playing in midfield a lot this season. It'll be interesting to see how he copes with Mark Farron and Gary Beckett, because he has to play at the back this evening.
What about the situation, Pat? Essentially, we're looking at part-timers taking on full-timers. So is it more a question of how UCD react tonight than Derry City?
Well, professionalism is a state of mind. You look in our country, some of our greatest professional sportsmen, they're Gaelic players. They might not get paid, but they've got professionalism because they've got the dedication, the commitment, and that's what defines a true professional. But it's interesting, Derry aren't fully professional either. They've got some players that have got jobs as well. But what UCD have, they've got tremendous training facilities, they've got that youth, and they've got that spirit and togetherness.
Well, no doubt people are saying that Derry City are the strong favourites for this one, and no surprise really given the run they've been on. And in team selection tonight, he's been pretty consistent throughout the season, but when needed, he's had the substitutes to bring on, and perhaps that could prove a difference.
Well, just look at the bench. Kieran Martin, Eddie McCallion, Pat Jennings, Stephen O'Flynn, Pat McCourt. They're all established Aircom League players, all potential match winners. Pat Jennings, of course, son of the famous Pat Jennings that played for Spurs, Arsenal, Northern Ireland. Tremendous strength and depth, and you've got to build a squad. But I don't see this game as a straightforward victory for Derry City. I think the home advantage for UCD, yes, when it came to a big game against Cork City, they were hammered 5-0. If they can have a strong mentality, they can make it very, very difficult for Derry.
Obviously, first goal in any game is crucial. In a cup final, perhaps even more so. And UCD will be thinking, having beaten Derry 1-0 here already this season, albeit when Derry were perhaps struggling to get their rhythm going, they'll feel that if they can get that, they have shown that they are a very difficult side to break down.
When you see the UCD players being introduced, it's a massive occasion, it's a cup final. A lot of those players wouldn't have been used to it. Derry have that experience. And someone like Peter Hutton, you see him shaking hands there. He's won everything. He's played in big European games. He's been man of the match in cup finals. Was magnificent as a midfield player when Derry won the league under Felix Healy. So in all positions, they've got the advantage. Strength in depth, they had a formed team. But that goes out the window. This is a cup final. It's at Belfield. Stephen Kenny will be nervous tonight because that expectation, sometimes that creates problems for him as well. But it's not about the treble, it's the next game, it's a cup final. They want that League Cup.
Well, Stephen Kenny, Paul Hegarty and co look very relaxed on the sideline. I mean, it's important when they are chasing a treble, and it's, of course, Stephen Kenny has said trebles are only in darts, but it's important to get the first one out of the way.
Absolutely, and, you know, it's fantastic now with the national anthem coming up.
Well, wherever they go, the Derry City supporters, they really always add to the atmosphere. We've got the drummers, they've been in from early as well, and they've travelled down in their hundreds to be here. Just going back to the previous point, if this treble is to be achieved, and Stephen Kenny doesn't really want to talk about it, from a psychological point of view, if they win tonight, at least there's a trophy in the bag and they've something to show for what's been an incredible season so far.
Yeah, there's 3 major trophies to win. Obviously, you want to win the league, you want to win the FAI Cup, and you want to win the League Cup. And, you know, if you're a professional, the team that wins that League Cup, they'll have a wonderful evening, and it's something tangible, a reward. It's silverware and a gold medal, and that's what professionals aspire to.
And should UCD be those winners, of course, Pat, they're in the Setanta Cup next year, which would be huge for the club. Huge
incentive. You know, I've talked to players from both sides, and they're talking about how important Setanta qualification. They watched with envy. Cork City, Longford, Shelbourne representing the Aircom League. They want a piece of that action.
OK, thanks for now, Pat. Well, we'll hand you over to our commentary team for this evening, and that's to Liam Buckley and firstly, Derek Kiley.
Thanks very much, Des. Good evening and welcome everyone to Belfield Park. It's a huge occasion for this club, for UCD, and it's another leg on what has been a successful season so far for Derry City. It looks like Derry City have won the toss. They're electing to stay as they are. That means that Derry City will play from left to right. They'll play into the Foster's Road end in the red and white. You'll have UCD from right to left. Let's take a look at the lineups. First, UCD. Well, Pete Mann's side, well, they have got it to do tonight, but it's a big night for them. We're going to have a look at that in a second, but before we do go into the teams, we have a 1-minute silence here at Belfield Park. It's in memory of Noel Cantwell and the tragic passing of Michael Byrne. It's a sad occasion for the sport, and I'm sure it will be observed with perfect manners.
Sadly, Michael's brother had died in similar circumstances while playing for River Rangers last year. We would ask you please observe a minute's silence for those two very special people.
Observed with complete and total silence, and that's nice to see. Now let's take a look at the lineups for this evening's game. Let's take a look at the UCD lineup first. The team that have got the home draw this evening. Well, Pete Mann's side pulled off a great victory in the semi-final against Shelburne with late goals. Brian Gannon was a hero that night with an injury time equaliser. He starts at number 7, but Robbie Martin, who got the winner, well, he's on the bench tonight, Liam.
Yes, Derek, UCD will run with a 4-4-2 with McDonald, short haul centre backs. And what will be key for them this evening will be cutting down the Mark Farron from Derry City.
As for Derry City, 20 games undefeated for the Candy Stripes. Tells you just a little bit about Stephen Kenny's team. They disposed of the cup holders, Longford Town, in the semi-final.
Yes, there again, Derry City would start with a 4-4-2. Their defence has been the strongest point this season. They've probably one of the best defences in the league. And in Mark Farron, they've obviously got the top scorer in the league so far this season.
On the bench, looking at the subs on the bench there, well, you've got to look at one or two quality players. UCD, they've got Tukwai in there. They could have persisted with him. And Young Jennings, a name from the past, on the Derry City bench. The referee this evening is Damien Hancock. It's his second time in an Aircon League Cup final, and he gets the game underway, and immediately it's a free kick. Derry City attacking the Foster's Road end. That's left to right as we look at it. They've won 5, Liam. They played in 7. They only lost 2 on penalties. They're the kingpins of the League Cup.
They've been kingpins all season, Derek. They've played particularly well in League and FAI Cup. They're obviously in all 3 competitions.
Midget ball out to the right. Sorry, Lynn. Gareth McGlenn will put one in. Well, they have been good all season. They're on a possible treble. They're not thinking about that. One game at a time, I would imagine.
Yes, as you said, they've had a terrific season so far. They defend very, very well, and going forward, they've got 3 or 4 players that can score goals regularly.
I've seen big teams come here and expect to walk away with victories, but Belfield Park is a bit of a fortress, and this team know how to defend.
Yes, Pete Mann would have them very well organised. They do defend in numbers when they have to, and I'm sure this evening they'll have to defend very, very astutely.
The 32nd League Cup final is underway, the Aircom League Cup. We're exclusive on Setanta Sports. We were wondering before the game what kind of an atmosphere we would get before this match. It has built up. The Derry City supporters have travelled in numbers, and they're creating a carnival atmosphere inside the ground. Looking at the formation, it's pretty attack-minded from Derry City. You'd expect that.
Yeah, they score plenty of goals. They've Murphy in the middle of the park. They scored a few goals this season. Farden up front. Gary Beckett will score for you. Killian Brennan we've seen scoring as well. They're very, very good going forward. And at the back, they do keep it quite tight.
Middle of the park picked up by UCD. Chance to maybe get 1 or 2 passes together. Little layoff, intercepted there by Barry Malloy, but UCD now decides to use the right wing. Anthony Murphy on a chase. Being marshalled all the way by Peter Hutton. Murphy manages to stay on his feet, but he's won a free kick for UCD, and, you know, he wasn't going anywhere there. It's a bit of a strange free kick to give away.
Certainly it is in a danger area as well, especially Tony McDonald, because he's very, very good in the box, and I'm sure they'll be looking to pick him out from this set play.
Free kick to the students, UCD. Good delivery in. There's a header in there. It came from Anthony Murphy. Won the free kick, won the header, but no real power on it.
Getting superb ball in, Derek. Fantastic ball in. Good movement from the forwards.
The set pieces could be key for UCD. Ball one again in the middle by the home side. Clive Delaney knows all about Belfield Park, wins the ball. It's a straight delivery through, but it's into the hands of Darren Quigley. Just trying to release Mark Farron.
Again, decent ball in. Good movement from the UCD lads. Just unlucky with the header. Got a deflection before he got a head on it.
The right wing is the avenue again for UCD. A little too close to David Ford, who quickly puts it into the middle of the park, but a little too quick maybe for the feet of Gary Beckett. It's a cup final, and there's always going to be nerves when there's silverware at stake, but the fact of the matter, Liam, we're looking at up and above 30,000 in prize money this evening, and not only that, but the incentive for the Setanta Cup 2006 is enormous.
It's fantastic for both clubs. The profile that goes with the Setanta Cup as well. There's plenty of games televised live on TV with sponsors, supporters. It's a huge game this evening.
It's another free kick in another dangerous position, and I can see Tony McDonald is making his way up. Again, it's by what you can see, it's just a handball there, the hand of Sean Harrigan just touching the ball. So right in front of the fourth official over there, Damien Kilpatrick. Free kick for UCD. Lower delivery. That's the captain that was in there, Tony McDonald. We saw how dangerous he was against the game against Bohemians. Again, he's in a dangerous position.
Decent ball in with a bit of pace. Tony McDonald was trying to get across Delaney there. There's obviously you have Delaney picking up McDonald, who's 6'6", but he's still a handful to mark.
Well, he was your man of the match on the Setanta Cup or the Eircom League coverage at Denimont Park when the students played against Bohemians. It was a 1-1 draw that evening, and he is a handful.
He was superb that evening. The only difference that evening, he was playing centre midfield. He was getting in the box, getting in tackles, dictating play, motivating everybody, where at centre back he'd be limited to what he can do this evening.
Delaney will look to switch and does. Delivers it across the park to Kevin DERRY. Lots of room for the fullback to pick out a teammate. DERRY quite happy to just stroke it around the pitch, which is in immaculate condition, by the way. Really is a fine surface. And then it's lost, and here come UCD on the break. Just wouldn't come to the feet of Stephen Hurley, but he does manage to lay it out to the right. Now the ball's back again. Anthony Murphy's involved. It'll be a throw this time.
They started well, UCD. Closing down the midfield very, very quickly.
Gannon looking to launch a long one in here. Plenty of blue shirts forward, but it's met the head of Barry Malloy, who clears it for Derry City. Beckett into an area where there's, well, just standing on the ball and holding up there, Patrick McWalter. He gets bustled out of it. Here come Derry on the counter now. Brennan switches it left. McLean looking for the 1-2. Almost comes through, but a deflection. Well, the keeper hesitant to come there. I thought maybe Darren Quigley was a bit indecisive. He could have come out maybe and fetched that.
Yeah, he just needed a decent call on it. Again, Tony McDonald waiting for him to come out.
Ball has dropped in. It's a one-on-one situation, and the ball still in play. Great battling back there by Patrick McWalter. Never gave up the ghost. McWalter again clears for UCD. Push right in front of referee Damien Hancock. Free kick to the students. UCD in their second only ever appearance in a League Cup final. The last time was back in the 2000 to 2001 season when it was played over two legs. On that occasion they lost 5-3 on aggregate to St. Patrick's Athletic. It was a night with the referee. This evening Damien Hancock was the official. So his second final as well. A couple of similarities. These things sometimes work that way, don't they?
We'll wait and see, Derek. I'm not too sure.
Good break by Derry on the left. Matt Farron, the league's top goal scorer, just gets crowded out there. I noticed at the top of the programme, you got a bit of a ribbon, because the last time that UCD won a bit of silverware, it was in the FAI Cup. You remember that? You were a Rovers man that day.
That's right. There's similarities with that this evening. We were cast iron certainties to win that cup final, and in a replay, went to a replay and lost it. And you look this evening, you'd have to fancy Derry. If you look at the league form, but yet anything can happen in cup finals.
It's a one-off match, and UCD are trying to apply the pressure. Good call from David Ford there, marshalling his defence. Beckett in the middle. DERRY. Led away by UCD, back into the corner goes, and it's a deflection. Peter Hutton wins the throw for Derry City. That Walter lays it into the middle. Stephen Hurley switches the play, and UCD in familiar territory at home here, using the width of this pitch at Belfield Park. It's a compact ground, but it's a tremendous atmosphere in here.
Yes, it's excellent. I remember taking that town here a few seasons back in a playoff for promotion. Fantastic occasion, great atmosphere. The only problem with the night was the result, but it is a good location.
Good ball from Derry City towards Gareth McLean. Tackle, but still gets a second chance. McLean lays it off. DERRY delivers it in towards the back post. It's on its way out. There's a shot. There's a lot of spin on it, but it's gone to the right and wide from Barry Malloy. Barry Malloy got an absolute gem against Cork City in the Aircom League. You couldn't discount him scoring from anywhere now.
Well, he has to take a go from there. He's 25 yards out. Just technically, it just bounced up quite high. Wouldn't come down for him.
Route 1 straight down to the head of Clive Delaney, who will win those all day for you. Again, McLean offers the pass out wide and manages to win the ball. He carelessly gave away. They're breaking towards Barry Malloy, but driven right down the field. It's a typical cup final. It started off at a frenetic pace. Just a bit of indecision from David Ford there. He had players to the right, but he decided to kick it out. He obviously didn't get a call. Quick throw taken in by UCD. And the clearance again is a poor one from Derry City. Michael O'Donnell. Brian Gannon nowhere to go at the moment. Has to go back to Michael O'Donnell. It's patient stuff from UCD. Not prepared to give up the ball. They can hold on to it, or they'll try and hold on to it as long as they can. O'Donnell picks up the pieces in the middle of the park for UCD. Bit of tenacity in the tackle from Alan Murphy. Wins the ball back for Derry, and just another pass that goes astray, and that will encourage Pete Mahan's side.
Yeah, I'm just looking there at Killian Brennan knocking the ball. He's from the middle of the park. He's the left winger. I'd like him to get a little bit more room. He's closing it in very, very tight.
Donald links up again on this side. The ball was left through. Nobody read it for UCD, and Ireland starts a counter-attack. The ball is over to the edge of the penalty area. Killian Brennan decides to go through, almost gets a second touch, and coming charging out from his goal was Darren Quigley. Very alert there, the UCD goalkeeper.
Excellent goalkeeping. Seen the danger very quickly. First ball in from Killian Brennan there. They got a deflection, but came out very, very quickly. Wasn't taking any prisoners.
It'll be a throw to Derry City. Michael O'Donnell looking for some form of shaping the back four for UCD, and it works because UCD clear the lines. Chase on now for Conor Byrne. This time Ford decides he's going to play a bit of football rather than just kick it away, and sends it up the field for Derry. It's really a real tough battle in the middle of the field and around the centre circle. Both sides trying to command that area of the pitch. Good skill from Gareth McLean. McLean looks maybe for the 1-2. Appeals for a handball from the Derry City supporters. And McLean has looked lively.
He's a good player. He's keeping Pat McCourt out, who's had a terrific season. Half of, albeit with Rovers, but he's back 7 goals, McCourt has, and he's keeping him out, so he must be doing well.
Derry come forward again. Alan Murphy keeps running. Hits one. It's a goal for Derry City. The breakthrough has come on the 14th minute. Derry City 1, UCD 0, and it's come from the boot of Alan Murphy.
Great finish from Murphy, picked it up in the middle of the park. He's after waltzing past 2 or 3 players, picks it up, not closed down there, came inside again, past the second fella, needed to get a tackle in there, low drive to the far corner, keeper no chance. Great finish.
Well, it'll be questions asked maybe of the UCD defending, the amount of room that the player got, but the finish was sweet, Liam.
Absolutely. I mean, he is a centre forward. He was a centre forward, should I say, down with Galway. He needed to be closed down much quicker.
A large number of travelling supporters from the Brandywell didn't have to wait too long to add to their celebrations. 14 minutes, the goal coming from Alan Murphy. That's what separates the sides in this Aircom League Cup final.
That's the problem UCD have had this season, scoring goals. When you look at the Derry team, Farron has 15 goals, McCourt has 7, Kieran Martin has 6 goals, Murphy had 5 goals.
Let's take a look at it again. Look at the defending. It's a bit loose, to say the least.
Absolutely. Good strength from Murphy in saying that, and a very tidy finish. But he needed to be closed down. We just mentioned with the goal scorers, I think the top scorer with UCD is Gannon with 3. And it has been a problem for them all season.
Yeah, at this stage of the season, you'd expect a bigger return than that. We'll look to the skipper, Tony MacDonald. They'll look for him for leadership now. I wonder how UCD will respond to going behind so early on in this cup final. We're maybe just about to see how they do respond. Good chasing work from Patrick McWhorter, very much involved in the early stages. Lays the ball back to Michael O'Donnell into the middle. They're quite content to switch wings from left to right. Mahan sends it out. Not the greatest of passes, but controlled all the same by UCD, but then lost. So it's going to be tricky to get that ball to feet. Hargan decides to go on a bit of a run himself. And it's a very well-timed run because he just caught the UCD defence a little cold on that right wing.
Seem to have settled down Derry now. Their link play has been excellent all season. It's been one of their strengths. Keep playing it into the field. They'll have Murphy in the middle of the park. He scores goals as well as creating.
Well, just to let our viewers know that if it is level after 90 minutes, there will be extra time. If it's level after extra time, there will be penalties. So it will be decided tonight. As the ball is kicked down to the right, I'm just looking at the header from Clive Delaney. Goes in, but the flag was up. It was offside.
Again, from UCD's point of view, from a tactical end of things, banging the ball up high to Clive Delaney. It'll be easy pickings for him this evening, especially with the UCD lads. They're not terribly big up front.
So Derry City have got the green start to this cup final. Stephen Kenny will be over the moon. That was a bit of a strange throw, to say the least. Well, he'll be thrilled because speaking to him before the match, I spoke to Stephen. I said, you know, what kind of a response are you getting above in the Brandywell? And he just said it's unbelievable. You can see by the numbers here tonight, they are a very well-supported club.
Absolutely, they have been over the years, but they've had a particularly good season this year. Stephen brought in a few new players, got them all living up in Derry. The bulk of them are full-time. They've settled in very, very well.
Well, yes, we quote the saying, move up or move out. That's the kind of commitment he wants, and that's the kind of commitment he's getting.
Look where that commitment has got them. They're in the cup final this evening, they have a quarter final next weekend, and they're joint top of the league with Cork. So it's obviously worked.
free kick. This time a push into the back of Stephen Hurley, the UCD number 5. Takes it quickly, lays it out to the right. UCD, well, just straight offside there, did Anthony Murphy. It's quite obvious to see he was offside when the ball was kicked. So good back line as well from Derry City. They are moving their line fairly far up the field.
They're fantastic. Peter Hutton's great. You know, he reads it well. He's very tough in the tackle, and when he gets on the ball, he brings you into play.
McLean again goes on one of those jinky little runs, flying tackle in there, and it came from Stephen Hurley. He managed to get enough of the ball. It's a late challenge, and just a little over-enthusiastic this time from Stephen Hurley. It's his third challenge in the space of a minute. The referee, Damien Hancock, just having a word, I think, with the UCD number 5.
That's a late challenge. It's a dangerous... for me, that's close to a yellow card. It has to be, yeah.
The referee, Damien Hancock, just having a long chat with the UCD number 5, Stephen Hurley, who goes into the book. First yellow card of this cup final. There's confirmation. First yellow card goes to Stephen Hurley. So Kevin DERRY just has to come off the field of play for a second, as is the rule. We'll resume with a Derry City free kick.
He's had a knee ligament injury early on in the season. DERRY, the last thing he wanted is to go out this game with another injury.
But it's a short one. Alan Murphy goes down the line. He's got Farron, target man. McLean. Again, good defensive work by Patrick McWalter. DERRY just back on the field, takes the throw quickly. Murphy has it. Switches the play. Confident pass right to the part of the midfield from the Derry City number 10. Well, it's a quick layoff, a little too much pace in it. But the idea was good.
They've settled down well now, DERRY. You can see the link play. They're definitely playing by design as a sink from by chance.
It was a little fortunate there for Derry City. Came off the back of Clive Delaney, but it fell neatly to the feet of Sean Harrigan. He's everywhere. Gareth McLean is on the right, he's in the middle, he's on the left, and that time gives the ball away. Well, it's a push into the back of Kevin DERRY. He's been in the walls in the last few minutes. Anthony Murphy adjusted foul. Up to the left it goes. And there's a tug on the jersey there, and it was spotted by the referee. That will be a free kick in a very dangerous position for Derry City. It's a long way, the referee's a long way back. You saw the tug on the shirt there. You can't do that.
Yeah, we could see it from here. It was a little tug. A dangerous area as well.
Everybody bar David Ford in the Derry City goal is inside the UCD half of the field, and there is a real traffic jam inside that penalty area, and they're all grouped together. It'll be interesting to see who breaks away and who picks up who.
To have Delaney, Hutton as well is very dangerous. Beckett is very strong in the air. And Harrigan as well. Harrigan to the back post.
Harrigan got himself into the position. Tough header, but he got himself into the position. That's encouraging from the fullback.
Yeah, they would have worked that on this training ground for sure. You know, Harrigan is very, very strong in the air, where Tony McDonald can only pick up Delaney, and again, UCD wouldn't be a huge side.
Just getting under the ball there, the number 3. Delaney very commanding in the air, but not so commanding at the feet. Stay back to Ford, doesn't have much time to think about that one. Gives it out towards Beckett. And Beckett's control is excellent, and he flicks it off the outside of the right boot. This is good movement from Derry City. McLean. The assistant referee on this side of the field, that's JP Kelly, has waved the flag. It's obviously for a handball. Plenty more football coming up on Setanta Sports. Lots of action. Look at that for a fixture on Setanta Sports on the 4th. You have Cyprus versus the Republic of Ireland. It'll be another huge occasion for Brian Kerr's men. That's a late challenge for Clive Delaney, and if Stephen Hurley goes into the book for one challenge, then that looked pretty late to me from the Derry City captain. Feeling the sting of Clive Delaney's boot was Anthony Murphy, the UCD number 9, but no yellow card, so that's a bit inconsistent because that was a late enough challenge.
I think the player rode it well. It's hard to tell from there.
The outcome, in any case, will be a free kick, and it is to UCD. Let's see what they can make out of this, the students. Towards the back post, but it's too close to David Ford.
Plenty of pace on the ball. David Ford just dropped in behind him. Fortunate enough.
Now Farron wins a corner kick for Derry City. Got electrifying pace, and he knows what a goal is, that's for sure. Another testing moment for Darren Quigley, the UCD goalkeeper, and his defence. About the short one, and decides now to go the obvious route with all the big men in the box. Delivered in, punched away by Darren Quigley. Good goalkeeping there by UCD's number 1. There's a handball. The referee has again spotted it. If you've just joined us, the breakthrough came on the 14th minute. Alan Murphy struck home for Derry City. And this is the latest bout of pressure.
Decent ball in. Great fist out from Quigley. Got to command the 6-yard box there.
Doesn't take any chance to speed it up. Very experienced player. Just looking for someone to throw it to at the moment. He's down the line, he'll have another opportunity. With the problem with UCD, they're not scoring goals this season. Where are they going to get one back here against Derry City?
Yeah, they're playing in front of the Derry back 4. I just wonder how they're going to get beyond them. Either they have to link it in short or else pull them out. But I'm just not sure where they're going to get the chances from. From general play, they haven't had a shot on goal yet.
Ball across the area, not clear sufficiently by Adam Murphy. Delivered back in, trying to take it down on the chest. It's still there, still not sufficiently cleared, and the skipper has stayed up. Donald. Again, it's very close to David Ford. Doesn't spill it this time.
Talking about the Derry City back 4, if you include David Ford, he's had a fantastic season this season. He's been superb. Knocking balls into the box like that, again, will be easy pickings for him.
He's guilty of overplaying it sometimes, Derry City in the middle of the pitch, but that's all down to confidence. They feel they can play it around any way they feel like. That will be a free kick. Referee signalling a push. Looked like a clear case of a push into the back, so free kick from referee Damien Hancock. McLean looking for the layoff. Worked out towards Beckett. Beckett neatly inside to Farron. Farron looking to release the ball, but just didn't have the the opportunity and just overplaying it again slightly. But the movement is good, the ideas are good, but to their credit, UCD are defending well.
They're defending in numbers. The problem with that, Derry, is when you get the ball, you're so far back. And with Derry's back four push up to the halfway line, I'm just not sure again how UCD are going to create their chances from general play.
From the challenge is Killian Brennan. Gets it back. Brennan gets support. Beckett lays it up to the right. McLean, as ever, the option. Good delivery in. Almost headed towards the back post. Good header from Mark Farron, but good goalkeeping from Darren Quigley. For a free, but it looked completely accidental. Beckett wins it in the middle, but it's busted out of it by the UCD captain, Tony McDonald. The outcome is a goal kick. Derry City have won the League Cup 5 times. 5 times they know what it's all about, and they know about defending. Again, good pressure from Tony McDonald. He maybe had an appeal for a free kick there, but referee didn't see it that way. Derry have beaten Dundalk, Limerick, Bohemians, Shelbourne and Sligo Rovers in finals. They've lost 2 finals, but it took penalties on 2 occasions. Now, looking at manager Pete Mahon, what's he going to do with his team to get them back into this final?
Well, they're going to have to start creating a few chances. They mind scoring goals, they've got to get a few chances. Because their general play for me wouldn't be good enough, especially when you get to the final third. If you look at Derry City, once they get it wide, they're getting balls into the box, and you've got 3 or 4 fellas getting into the box after it.
Gary Beckett just feeling the challenge there from Tony McDonald, back on his feet. He'll be okay. Walking freely enough, should be back in the action in a few seconds' time. UCD again using the right wing. Murphy's on the chase. Well, he cleared it to Peter Hutton, but he's conceded a corner kick. And at the moment, UCD looking more dangerous to the set piece than any other area of the pitch.
They have 1 or 2 lads that can head the ball. As I say, McDonald will be superb in the box.
Do a bit of it then. Murphy gets the hit on it. He'll get a chance to gather the ball here. There's one a free kick.
Ridiculous throw, a free kick to be given there. He's going nowhere. Just stand up there. It's all over him. Crazy place to give a free kick.
It's a deep delivery towards the back. Alan Murphy from Derry City gets a touch to clear the danger, but it's kept alive by UCD. They've gone about their business quietly since conceding the goal. They haven't panicked. Looking to see if they can create some sort of an opening. Brian Gannon gets the ball through, finds his way towards Conor Byrne, but he just dawdled on it a bit, and that was picked up by the experienced Peter Hutton. Hutton's defined the years, he's doing an awful lot of covering.
He's been great for Derry. Along with Delaney and Hargan and Deary, very, very difficult to break down.
Gannon lays it off. Can't be controlled. And it'll be another goal kick.
UCD's general play, they're looking to try and get the ball in over the back four of UCD, but they're defending quite deep, and there's not enough room to do that. They've sort of got to link it in into feet up front somehow to link in their midfield players.
Far touchline again. kick. Foul committed there by Gary Dicker on Alan Murphy. That's another backs to the wall job for UCD. They've got to be worried every time that they get a set piece because they look very dangerous, Derry City. Clive Delaney pushes up to the back as well. That's a free header. Balls into the middle, gathered by Darren Quigley. And if Sean Harkin could have got that across the pitch, they could have been in real trouble. But here come UCD on the counter. David Ford is there. It could have went anywhere. It fell kindly into the hands of the Derry City goalkeeper.
Again, straight from the training ground. If Hargan on the left and Delaney on the right, they can pick either one for the header back across the goal. I'm not sure whether he was going for goal there, trying to get it back across the goal. But with Hargan and Delaney so good in the air, again, McDonald's the biggest lad UCD have. He can only pick up one of them. That's why they've gone either side of the penalty box.
That's driven to the far side of the pitch, came off the boot of Brian Shortall. Route 1 might be the most effective.
I think Ford always had it.
Kevin Derry just nodding it back to his keeper. Here come Derry City. Chasing back there and winning the ball, Stephen Hurley. He's tackled out of it by Killian Brennan. I'll be interested to see the stats at half-time because looking at possession, I don't think there'll be a whole lot in it.
No, I mean, in fairness to UCD, they do hold on to the ball quite well. The problem with it for me is they don't channel it into the box. You can play all you like around midfield and at the back, but in the final third, you've got to somehow channel it into the box. And that comes down to your two front men.
Searching kick out, Delaney wins it. In the end, it comes off the head of Patrick Walter. Throw to Derry. There's a bit of a late challenge, and that's the second late challenge in the space of maybe 10 minutes or so for Clive Delaney, and he's going into the book.
He has to go for that. Just clipped him, knew he was gone. Dangerous area.
Conan Byrne did get into a good position. So it's the second yellow card of the evening. One each now. Clive Delaney goes into the book with referee Damien Hancock. The outcome is now a free kick. And that's a long way out, but there's potential here. There's an opportunity maybe to have a shot on goal.
Well, I'm sure with Martin Russell and the coaching staff will have something worked out from a free kick point of view. It is within range from there.
Anthony Murphy standing there, Gannon standing there. It's laid towards ricochets inside. Derry City there in numbers. Just wouldn't fall to the feet of Gary Dicker. Throw is the outcome.
It's a strike from a set play. Not sure it was on target. No. You're looking to pick up the second ball.
Well, the long throw causing one or two problems for David Ford, but he regathers the ball. Again, the throw is very good to Beckett. He's crowded up by the blue shirts of University College Dublin. Then looking to put pressure on. Breaks to Murphy. Good skill from Murphy. Stayed on his feet. That's two very good challenges he's evaded. And the tackle from Stephen Hurley didn't look to be a whole lot in that. What did you think of that, Liam?
It's not a free kick. From here, it's certainly not a free kick. Murphy did well to ride the first two tackles. Came inside, dummied him there. Well, I'm sure that was a reasonable tackle there. Got the ball.
Free kick for Derry City. Delaney's at the back post. Bounces up horribly for the defence to deal with. Headed back calmly to the keeper and a quick release from Darren Quigley. This is UCD's ploy to come quick on the counter-attack. It's broken down by Derry in the middle. Delivery towards Beckett. Somehow it finds the number 9. Beckett takes a look. Shot's blocked down. Strike! Well, it's over. The top of this wide from Gareth McGlynn. They're not afraid to have a shot from distance, Derry City, and they are getting the openings. The first incident was the free kick. The ball headed in. It bounces horribly here. Could have happened in any situation. It was headed calmly back to the goalkeeper and a quick release. And then looking at Beckett as he lays the ball.
He tried to come inside there to get blocked shot. A little bit optimistic from there.
Glenn offering all kinds of options for Derry City. Ball breaks loose as a shot in. It's level. It's the equaliser. It's come from the boot of Conan Byrne. And what a fantastic moment for UCD and their supporters. They're back in the final. It dribbled and dribbled. I wasn't sure was it going to cross the line. There was enough petrol in the tank. Over the line it goes. 1 goal each.
It's a great finish. But poor defending. Not sure what Kyle Delaney, half a header. But nice tidy finish from his end of a keeper was left for dead. Great finish.
We were maybe thinking that Route 1 could be the problem, and it was. It's causing the Derry City defenders a lot of problems.
That's UCD's ploy. They're trying to get it over the top of Delaney and Hutton. That's the first time they've got away with that, and they've gone and scored.
So the level. The home supporters now at last have something to cheer about. A goal apiece in the Aircom League Cup final for 2005. We asked what Pete Mahan's side could do in response. Well, they've level matters. It's more than enough, I'm sure, approaching half-time. They'll be very happy with that. I'm sure every supporter in the country will be rooting for the underdogs, and they are massive underdogs in this.
Well, when you consider the squad of Derry City all full-time.
Here comes Murphy. Is he going to try and get Derry ahead again, but he's blocked out of it by Stephen Hurley. Hurley decides to go on a run. The ball breaks to Michael O'Donnell. Now there's a bit of confidence in the play of UCD, looking for the layout. Chase back there, goes back to Ford, laid back by Kevin Deary, and Ford not standing on ceremony on this occasion. Beckett to Deary. It's kept in very neatly by McLean. Into the middle. Again looking for the quick 1-2, the little quick give and goes. And it's a free kick this time for UCD.
And all there is a block tackle from Killian Brennan. I think he came out worse for it.
So under 3 minutes of normal time remains in this first half here at Belfield Park in this Aircom League Cup final. UCD getting a goal back at just the right moment, I suppose. When he goes into the dressing room now, he'll have a different speech prepared, I'm sure, than what he had a few minutes ago.
Absolutely. He might have been looking to make a couple of changes. Now they're back in it at 1 each. He may settle for the next 10 or 15 minutes in the first half and see where they go from there.
I notice that the volume has dropped significantly at the moment, as you'd expect. But these Derry City supporters, they're tremendous supporters. I'm sure they'll get well and truly behind their team as this final progresses.
We've seen Derry play better this season, especially up front with Farron and Beckett. I don't remember either of them getting a chance on goal so far in this half. Again, their link player on the edge of the box, you want more from them.
Nice little layoff. Here comes Derry City on the attack again. Almost, oh, the ball is knocked in for an own goal. It's come off the boot, which is looking around to see who's actually put it into the net. But it looks like Matt Walters, the man that has found his own goal, and that is so unfortunate from a UCD point of view.
Again,
and it's a decent ball, isn't it?
It's a decent ball to feet there. Yeah. Again, he linked it in well. Linked it in, looking for a 1-2. Just came off. Don't think he knew too much about it.
As the ball comes across, it's just trying to stab it out for a corner kick or something. You don't know what goes through a player's mind when he does that. But it's just an instinctive thing to stick your boot out. The ball just dribbles into the same spot where the ball went in for the goal. So 2-1 now. Derry City back in the lead in this Aircom League Cup final in strange circumstances. Again, the clearance is not a good one. Derry come in search of goal number 3. I can only imagine the roller coaster of emotions that Pete Mahan is going through in the UCD dugout. He just decided to leave it. There's a challenge through here. And Peter almost cut out by Conor Byrne. So the fourth official this evening here, Declan Haney, has signalled that there'll be 1 minute of additional time. We're into that at the moment. So right on the stroke of half-time, disaster strikes UCD. Derry. Well, it went through the feet of UCD number 2, Adam Mahan, but too much pace on that. There must have been a touch on the way because referee has signalled a throw for Derry.
Pete Mahan will be bitterly disappointed with that. An OG, it's difficult enough to winning finals without giving OGs away.
Well, the ball dribbles out for a goal kick.
Pete Mahan will have to have some game plan.
Let's have some speech then.
Absolutely.
What a dramatic first half in this Aircom League Cup final. The goals flying in for Derry City at 14 minutes, Alan Murphy. On the 40-minute equaliser from Conor Byrne, and an OG by Patrick McWalter on the 44th. It's really been a roller coaster of a first half in this Aircom League Cup final. The half-time scoreline says UCD 1, Derry City 2. We will join Des and Pat for analysis right after this break.
Irish football's #1 supporter, the Star.
Look, the clown is here!
Who is Chislers? I'm Coco the Nibble.
Don't take chances when the nibbles are around. Kellogg's, fancy a snack?
Would you like to cut the cost of your holiday? Are you fed up with package holidays? If so, then click onto apartmentsdirect.ie and see how you can greatly reduce your costs. At apartmentsdirect.ie, you rent directly from the property owner, thereby cutting out the agent's commission, giving you a better holiday deal. For special offers and late deals in hundreds of holiday properties worldwide, click onto apartmentsdirect.ie, Ireland's #1 holiday rental website.
City Centre nights out getting you down? Why not head for the hills? With food, drink and entertainment, Johnny Fox's Pub has everything you need for a great night out. So rise above it at Johnny Fox's Pub, the highest pub in Ireland.
Come and play at two of Dublin's finest pay-as-you-play golfing facilities, Corbris in Donabate and Elm Green in Castleknock. Just 20 minutes from Dublin, Corbris is one of Ireland's finest links courses. Whilst just off the M50, Elm Green offers an Eddie Hackett design course, floodlit driving range, tuition and junior golf camps. Both courses are open year-round. Green fees start from €14 and new members are welcome. For more details, visit golfdublin.com.
DG Nissan. New state-of-the-art showroom with a fully equipped service department just off the M50 at Liffey Valley. We have the full range of Nissan cars, 4x4s and commercials. Over 100 quality used cars covered by our Nissan Gold Standard warranty. Open 6 days a week with late night opening on Thursdays until 7:30. DG Nissan, Liffey Valley Motor Mall.
When you decide to sell, make sure potential buyers see beyond the bricks and mortar and aim for the best price possible with Sherry Fitzgerald, the agent you'd recommend to a friend.
Carroll's Irish Gift Stores for top quality souvenirs and gifts. Carroll's for the latest styles in soccer, rugby and GAA clothing. Carroll's for Ireland's largest range of official Guinness sports and leisure wear. Visit our 7 city centre stores or shop online at carrollsirishgifts.com. Carroll's, the Irish Gift Stores.
Irish football's #1 supporter, the Star.
Yes, welcome back to Belfield. Half-time in the Eircom League Cup final. UCD 1, Derry City 2. An interesting first half, certainly. And Pat Dolan, we have to say, UCD would have been very happy going in at 1-1, but they only held their lead for 3 minutes, and obviously that's changed the game completely now.
Yeah, they'd have been delighted to get an equaliser. What they thought just before half-time, go in, give Pete Mann time to reorganise, to concede that goal, and the manner of that goal, it might be very demoralising for them.
UCD started quite well, had a couple of chances on set pieces, but then the first goal came Alan Murphy's way, a player who's had to bide his time this season.
Yeah, but he's a quality player, and what makes him quality is his ability to run at defenders. Tony McDonald dives in, but look at that, he's got a degree in geography, he knows where the goal is. If you look here, Tony McDonald, a little bit disappointed. Mickey O'Donnell at left back says, well, you know, I'm not going to make a decision, I'm going to gamble. But it didn't pay off. Hard and low, into the corner, it's going away from the keeper, it's a reverse strike. It's a fabulous finish in a cup final.
And the next centre forward, of course, so he certainly knew where the goal was from his time at Galway and, of course, from now at Derry. But, you know, after that it looked a little ominous for UCD because Derry bossed it, had another couple of chances. But when you don't get the second goal at UCD, it's always difficult. Conan Byrne, we spoke about beforehand, we didn't know a whole lot about him. As you said, he wasn't even in the programme, but he worked hard up there and he got his reward.
Yes, fabulous for a young player to come in. The thing about UCD is the biggest factor for a negative performance which influences it is pressure. Derry have all the pressure, UCD have none of it. They don't have the expectations, not from the fans, not from the media. Here's a long ball. Clive Delaney doesn't boss it, doesn't take responsibility, it drops, and Conan Byrne makes a decision. I'll strike this early, keeper's unsighted, wrong-footed, it's in the back of the net. But it's poor defending from Clive Delaney. He really should have been physically stronger. It really left Peter Hutton, the covering defender, with absolutely no chance. But it's a good finish.
Well, It certainly was. As we said, we didn't know a whole lot about Conan Byrne, but Pete Mahon, Martin Russell and the rest of the team have this habit of unearthing these players. Made his first start, of course, against Bray at the weekend, and sufficiently impressed to keep his place tonight. But
you don't let that ball drop, though. When the ball's bouncing, it's a long ball, you come and you deal with it. Because if you make a positive choice, the covering defender can make a positive decision. The key in that was that Peter Tutton, the covering player, he was there as a safety valve. He didn't know what Clive Delaney was doing. It gave him no chance.
Obviously, that changed the atmosphere and the whole tide of the game. I mean, we could see the UCD bench and their reaction to that goal. They'd have been very happy with that. You know, I mean, Derry had most of the game. But, I mean, from a personal point of view, Pat McWalter, it's such a cruel moment when you see a goal like that one.
Well, you've got to get into the action. He was on the periphery and he paid the price. Very unfortunate, but again, it's a great response from Derry. Killian Brennan, nice and positive, looking to get a 1-2. It's come off Mark Farron. He'll be trying to claim that one. But look, it's just hit the lad. He's coming back. He's the wrong side. It hits his foot and it goes right in the corner. Just what you don't want in a cup final. But you've got to say this Derry team, when it's put up to them, when their character's tested, they come back, they show the response. That's the sign of a team with a really strong mental attitude.
You have to say they've looked very fluid in the middle of the park, Pat.
Well, they were always going to be the most attractive side here. They've got the players with the experience. They can have more of the ball, but it's still not easy. And if you look, that first goal was a really quality goal. The second goal was all about determination and having a positive attitude.
Now, as we said, UCD's Achilles heel this season has been goal scoring, so they're going to have to score at least once more in this if they're going to win the cup final. I mean, do you see things changing up, or can you see them actually getting back into this game and scoring at least once more?
Well, you can see there. I mean, Derry well in control, and suddenly a ball came out of the blue. It can happen with a mistake. Poor defending, especially in cup finals. They've got to be positive at half-time. It's only a one-goal deficit, so they're certainly still in this cup final.
And just, I mean, Alan Murphy, we'll just go back to him because he hasn't just impressed in front of goal. I mean, you picked out a clip that shows his all-round qualities.
Yeah, well, it's not just about scoring goals. You need your players, your creative players, that are prepared to commit themselves to teams. Look when the ball bounces. Who's there? He's not favourite. He gets it away. The danger's over. Terrific defending. Second phase, header's not convincing. Hasn't got height and distance. And Gannon was there to pounce, but no. And when you've got your creative players that are prepared to work really hard for your side, then you've got a good team, an effective team.
Liam Buckley made the point in commentary that before the Conan Byrne goal, Pete might have been thinking about changing things up. I mean, how long into the second half do you see it going before he does?
Well, certainly, you know, he's got Robbie Martin on the bench. He's got Damien Dubé. I certainly feel if it stays like this, he'll be changing things. But, you know, I think he'll give the team that started an opportunity to start the second half. But, you know, you don't know what in managers' heads. I feel he'll be very, very hurt. Having got claw themselves back into the game, to concede, it's very, very cool. But you can't give up.
OK, thanks for now, Pat. So Derry City with the advantage in the Aircom League Cup final. It's only halfway through, though. Second half on the way.
Irish football's #1 supporter, the Star.
Yikes.
Mr. Pitt, I'll just let you out. No, I'm fine.
Got a back door. Thanks.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, Brad.
Hey, what you doing?
Yeah, we're still on.
Hey, can you come pick me up?
Loyalty, club, honour, dreams. We can't leave it in the dressing room. We have to take this out onto the field. This is our chance for greatness. The future of our game depends on what we do now, but you have to go out and do it. In that way, we share it all together. The winning, the losing, the heartache, and the enjoyment. We're all one any given Sunday.
Gaelic Telecom is a great way for you to support your club at no cost to you. Save up to 20% on line rental, 40% on calls, and your club gets 15% of your call spent. Call 1890 929 422. Why wouldn't you do it? That's 1890 929 422 now. There's BMW, and there's Joe Duffy BMW. See the full BMW range at Joe Duffy's superb purpose-designed showrooms. Approved used BMWs, BMW lifestyle and accessories. All backed by Joe Duffy's unique service advice counter and smart repair system. Call to Joe Duffy, exit 5, M50, Dublin 11. There's BMW, and there's Joe Duffy BMW.
I prefer to stay anonymous because I've got a few harsh words to say. It's just someone in this house is taking my M&Ms without asking me. I don't yet have the proof, but I know it's Marco. I'm not just saying that because he's better with the girls, you know, like he has more success. No. Not at all.
At Laria Novo, we don't believe in ordinary property investments. We believe in the extraordinary. We pride ourselves on bringing our clients what's really hot before anyone else has even heard about it. The best deals in Portugal, the best lifestyle opportunities in Spain, and projects in Dubai that are simply beyond the imagination. Call us now to find out more on 1890 252 138 or log on to our website, Laria Novo, where the dream becomes reality.
Irish football's #1 supporter, the Star.
Welcome back to Belfield. Derry City leading UCD at half-time in the Aircom League Cup final. This their opening goal. And what a wonderful individual effort it was from Alan Murphy. Well, Derry City are back on the pitch. They've wasted little time in the dressing room, Pat. They've been showing in recent weeks how when they're behind, they can show the courage to come on, come back, win a game. Now, this is a game they're in front in, obviously. It's it's different to win it from the front as such.
Yeah, but Stephen will reinforce with his players the best way to win this game is to win this second half. They're 45 minutes away from their first trophy of the season and winning one of the big 3 trophies. Qualification for the Satanta Cup, that's what's at stake. If the game stays at 2-1, that's not what Derry want. The longer it goes on, there's the opportunity then for players to become nervous and edgy, and it will encourage UCD. So I'm sure that Stephen will have reinforced with his players, let's go and get that third girl, and that should kill off UCD.
Yes, quick look around would indicate that there aren't any half-time substitutions, so both managers happy to begin the second half as they began the first. And we'll bring you over to our commentary time now for this second half. Will Derry hold on and claim it, or can UCD come back? Back to Liam Buckley and Derek Kiley.
Thanks, Des. It'll be interesting to see. It'll be a hard question to answer. But Derry City will get the second half on the way from right to left. They're playing into the college end. And Liam Buckley's alongside me. Interesting first half. Plenty to talk about. Plenty more to happen, I'm sure.
Yeah, obviously UCD have it all to do now at this stage. They've got to get themselves back in the game. Whether they'll change their shape or personnel, I'm not sure. I'm sure people will wait 10 or 15 minutes just to see how the half-time team talk went.
So ready to get underway with the second half of this Aircom League Cup final. Derry City do just that. Beckett in a bit of space straight from the kickoff. Drove it into the corner. And it's kept alive by Derry City. Decent ball into the middle, finds its way to Murphy. Beckett hits one! Straight into the body of Darren Quigley. An explosive start to the second half.
Great start for Derry there. Good chasing now from Killian Brennan. Someone's left-footed. Decent cross in. Again, Murphy linking in from midfield. Sets up Beckett for a shot.
So from deep, Derry City look to play it down the middle, intercepted by Stephen Hurley, the UCD number 5. O'Connell. Not a whole lot of room, closing down early, but it's found space for Stephen Hurley. Goes to the corner, little chase on for Patrick McWalter, who as well manages to keep the ball alive. Still too close to David Ford. A long throw from the Derry City goalkeeper, but cleared away with the header. It's a long ball through. McWalter does well. He bats hard here in just to keep the ball alive.
He did well. It's a good left peg. Getting forward on this game again.
It bounces awkwardly, and it's found a bit of space. Is Farron going to do it again? Well, he isn't, and that is a very good opportunity for the Aircom League's top goal scorer.
Fantastic opportunity. Got a great little deft touch on it. Just to lob it over the defender. Just got a little touch on it there. Thought he was going to hit it first time. So just lob it over the keeper on his left peg.
Delaney goes up but misses the ball. Into the corner, drifts towards Kevin DERRY. Cotton gets the clearance, and it's again closed down by UCD, coming forward in numbers here, the students. Little dummy layoff there, and it's worked because it's forced Clive Delaney to put the ball over the end ball, the dead ball line. It will be a corner kick for UCD.
It's better from UCD, trying to get into the feet of the front two. Will create chances as well with Delaney. He's quite big. Again, decent ball into feet. That's what they need to do, to try and link in play with their midfielders.
Stephen Hurley with the corner kick. Delaney heads it away again. Rolls well there. For the corner.
Better off taking Delaney out. Get MacDonald to take Delaney out completely. And let the others go for it.
Deep ball again. Delaney gets the header away. Bit of room now in time for Aaron Murphy. Waiting for support. Patiently holds on to the ball. And now switches the play back into his centre half, Peter. There's a player down. It's a UCD player. And the referee, Damien Hancock, running up, just sees that the player got a knock in the head and it's not taking any chances. That's good, safe refereeing.
It was from the corner. There was a clash of heads there when Delaney got a knock on it. Ball came in.
Up, yeah. Brian Shorter is the man that's come off the worst, but just because clashing to one of his own players there. In fact, it was Matt Walter that went into the back of Shorter, so it's a nasty little knock, but he's on his feet again. That's good to see. David Ford showing a bit of pace there just to keep the ball alive.
UCD trying to knock it in for a goal kick.
Cronenberg looking to chase it down, but away come Derry City again, but it's the captain that has to clear up. But scrappy in the middle of the park, neither side really getting control of the ball. So, useful challenge in there. It's going to be a corner kick, and that's good work again from Peter Hutton, setting up that move inside for Matt Farron to chase. It's a corner out of nothing, really.
Yeah, Mark Farron's pace gets him in there. He's very, very quick. He'll chase after everything. So Scotland has 15 goals so far this season.
Almost delivered in, Delaney's in there, but it's headed away by the UCD defence. Ricocheting around inside, but Derry now looks to go to the corners. Looking for a free kick there was Killian Brennan, didn't get it. It's another worrying moment for Pete Mahan, but ball just shot inside there, was cleared away again. UCD have the throw. Another one by Brennan. He's defending very deep, and Murphy is cottoned onto that. Lays it out to the right. He's got support with McGlynn. McGlynn looks to lay it into the middle. The tackle's a bit missed. It finds its way to Farron. Farron from McGlynn. Will McGlynn keep it in play? He will. It's been forced out though. A lot of room for the Derry City attackers inside that condensed penalty area. the outcome in the end isn't too bad for UCD. It's a throw.
Good pressure from Derry City, should I say. They're linking in around the edge of the box, trying to set each other up. Murphy's been very influential there.
Yeah, it seems so hard to mark, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Ball finds its way to Farron. Every time he gets his foot on the ball, you think maybe there's going to be a goal. Just forcing it a bit wide from mid-lane. Then the pressure of the challenge in, forcing the throw. But this quite obvious what Stephen Kenny has said at half-time. He says, go out and attack, 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 and that's what they've done since the kick-off.
Absolutely, as Pat Owen said at half-time, go out and win the second half.
Every time a UCD player gets the ball, he's been closed on by 3 or 4 Derry City players. And that man in particular, Alan Murphy, has covered every blade so far this evening here at Belfield.
He's originally a centre forward, Derry, converted into midfield. He's got a good eye for goal. His link play is very, very good. And he lets the other lad, Malloy, do the anchor man in midfield. They let him get forward. But he's been very good.
It's a good first-time ball from Gary Dicker. UCD managed to switch the play over to Alan Mahan, near side. Brian Gannon loses out. Farron chases through tremendous pace with Beckett. Beckett leaves. It was more of a clumsy challenge. There was nothing malicious in that. He just left the foot in. Just mistimed it more than anything else. And I think Gary Dicker felt pretty nasty little kick out there, but it wasn't deliberate. Nothing malicious in that.
Yeah, he'd be okay, Derek. It was just a tad late, that's all.
Maybe I was wrong. Maybe there was a little bit of maliciousness in that. The advantage of the replay just looked as he raked his boot a little, balls a little in quickly. Forward is alive to it. The Derry City goalkeeper.
It's that ball up to the front. You really need that to be linking in off your front, fellas. It has to get into either the chest or into feet so you can link in play from there. Once you play it over the top with Derry defending so deep, they go straight to forward every time.
Well, en route to this year's final, UCD beat Dublin City, Shamrock Rovers, Waterford United, and then a dramatic win against Shelburne at Tolka Park. As for Derry, well, they beat the Mayo League, Galway United, Drogheda, and of course the holders Longford Town. So both teams really here on merit, it must be said. Farron lays it off. Beckett switches it into the middle. There's a little too much pace, and now there's a bit of a chase on here. And this will test the legs of Peter Hutton. But he's needed back to the keeper. Clever play. Experience there from the Derry City number 4. Automatic qualification to the Setanta Cup 2006 at stake here for both these sides tonight. Seems to be a free kick for Derry City. Again, played at a tremendous tempo all the way up to this 55th minute. When the game is played at that pace, there's always a possibility anything can happen.
Usually they're working extremely hard. It's just that, as I say, in the final third, you'd like them to be creating more chances.
Throw will be to UCD, taking quickly. Shaw just letting Conan burn down there. Beckett lays it off, looking for Farron. We've got a little touch on it, but not enough to control it. DERRY gives the ball away, and here come UCD with a rare chance to counter with numbers up front. Ball switched to the right.
Go on, take him on, take him on.
Brian Gannon thinking about the shots. Hit one from his right boot and wasn't that far away. But it was a simple mistake, and it gave the students the opportunity to counter.
It's a good effort from Gannon. He's plenty of pace. Went to take Hargan on the outside. Just narrowed the angle for him then. Decent strike and it just too high. Again, did well, good pace on him. But again, just pushed himself wide. It's going to be always difficult to score from there.
Another slight mistake by Barry Malloy on that occasion for Derry, but they managed to get away with it. The team from Brandywell, leading by 2-1. Chase back this time for Brian Shortall. Delaney gets the header. But it's not been won by any of the two teams in the middle of the park. That area of control has gone astray.
It's gone a little bit scrappy, okay.
Byrne on the chase, looking for goal number 2, and he's won a corner kick for UCD. Well, we're going to have a change. Pete Mahan is thinking about a change. He would have to have considered Robbie Martin. It's a player that turned down opportunities to play in England with Ipswich to stay here at UCD. Corner cleared sufficiently by Derry. Just rushing the play slightly, and it gives Sean Hargan the chance to switch it, and he does to the right. Beckett in a bit of space, now gets support, finds it in the form of Kevin DERRY. To feet, finds his way through towards Barry Malloy. Malloy thinks about a shot, gives it to Farron. Farron has a look up. Back to Malloy again, but into the hands, the safe hands of Darren Quigley. There will be a substitution the next time the ball goes dead, and it will be the first substitution of this cup final. The ball goes dead, UCD will make the change. Just being kept alive at the moment. Barry Malloy lays it back to Delaney, into the middle it goes. Short enough pass, but well read by the UCD midfield. Now looking to go down the lines. Little layout, balls through towards Gannon. Gannon looking for support, he's got it. Gives it back to Alan Mann, hits it first time, takes a little touch off the foot as well. Still there for UCD. Beckett gets in there, wins the ball, and it's taken away by Alan Murphy. Murphy looking for the little chip ball towards Mark Farron. Mark Farron has a look inside. Is he going to strike it? Well, decides not to. Gives it back towards Malloy. Beckett. All the time in the world to pick players out here. No rush with this attack, Derry City. And that's because every single man in the blue shirt's behind the ball at the moment. Beckett. DERRY going down the line. Won by UCD, but immediately snatched back by Derry City. Beckett has it. Little layoff to the right. McLean. Just can't find a way through that wall of blue shirts. The defence of UCD holding tight. Longer ball is the option. Right in front of the fourth official. The flag has gone up by the assistant referee, JP Kelly, and there will be the first substitution of this cup final. Coming off will be the number 9, Anthony Murphy, and coming into the fray will be Robbie Martin. Robbie Martin was a hero at Tolka. He'll need to do something similar here this evening.
He's an excellent player. It's like for like, centre forward. Just not sure whether they need to change their shape or the personnel change relevant to just up front. We're still out on that one.
Beckett switches the play. Sensible ball from the number 9. Just spreads and widens the play for Derry City. Numbers are working very hard on both sides to close down the play with the ball every single time. Finds the feet of Barry Malloy. Malloy continued his run here. If he can be picked out, but has to go infield to Beckett. And switched all the way out to the left. Sean Hargan in a bit of space. Goes low. Little drag back there by Killian Brennan. Trying to find the gaps, but they're not coming. But Brennan battles hard and wins. A very good second ball. Finds Gary Beckett. Beckett gives it back in. That ball over the top will drain towards the end line, but it's kept alive by Darren Quigley. It's been a strange kind of 5 minutes, hasn't it?
Yeah, in fairness to Derry, they've got the foot in the ball. They are trying to link it in, and they are trying to create. They're looking for an opportunity, and I've no doubt if they keep on at it, they will get one or two more chances. So on the other end, I'm just wondering where UCD are going to get their chances. Maybe Robbie Martin coming on, he might offer them something different up front. But they need to press on now. Half an hour to go.
Here come UCD. That's too close to the keeper again, David Ford. See on the screen, plenty live soccer coming up on Setanta Sports. We're live this evening at Belfield, the home of UCD, who trail Derry City by 2-1. It's in the melting pot here, and that's another poor pass, and it's picked up by the number 10 Byrne, who lays it out to the right. He's got support there with Brian Gannon. Gannon might think about a shot. Stands up, well defended up by Hargan, but he's got the overlapping run of Alan Mahan. Mahan's delivery towards the back, but there's nobody there in the blue shirt. Needed to be maybe hitting low and hard towards the front post. UCD managed to get the ball back again, and they are slightly pushing Derry back at times.
Yeah, just looking when that ball came into the box, Derek, the 4 midfielders, 3 of them are outside the box, and one was crossing the ball. They've got to get themselves in the killer area if they're going to get themselves back in the game.
It's a nice bit of running by Alan Mann. Gave Gannon the option, but the delivery just a little deep.
The only 2 centre forwards are the only ones in the box. The midfielders are all outside the box. Got to get themselves in there, give themselves a chance.
Can UCD find their way back in terms of levelling this cup final? They are pushing hard. It's going to be brought back to the spot by referee Damien Hancock. It will be a free kick. Alan Mahan. He's waiting for his skipper, Tony McDonald, to get up there. He is the tallest player on this UCD team, and he must be the target man, but he's being marked by the tallest man on the pitch, like Delaney. Needed what needed. Peter Huck won the header in the end, and it's broken for Derry City. Very important challenge from Stephen Hurley, wins the ball back for UCD. To the middle, bit of room. It's a long way out. It's a shot from Stephen Hurley. Thought he spotted something maybe, just thought the keeper off his line just slightly, had a go.
There's not too many people who scored 30 yards on David Ford. Again, just came off his foot. Again, very optimistic.
That's a free kick, foul on Beckett, free kick to Derry City. Of course, manager Pete Mann of UCD has also got Damien Dubois on the bench, former French divisional player.
He's also got Conor Kenna, who could come in as centre back and get release Tony McDonald up maybe into the middle of the park, because he's a potent force when he gets into the box.
Going hard, breaks Beckett, with the chip over the top. Delaney's put the ball up the crossbar, but he's offside. The assistant referee on the far side of the pitch, that's Damien Kilpatrick, has his flag aloft.
Again, intelligent play, ball into feet again. Decent ball in, just drifted offside, but would have been a great opportunity. But again, very constructive from Derry's point of view. Into feet, ball into the box. They've been deliberate with their play.
Just into the corner for Sean Hargan, being hassled all the time by Gannon. Gannon manages to get a touch on the ball, but Hargan will clear that away as he does the halfway. Good challenge in from Killian Brennan. Brennan has it again. Uses Beckett in the middle. Beckett sweeps it out to the right. Good movement from Derry City. Going from left to right at will at the moment. Right through. Trying to find Beckett. Didn't find the Derry City number 9 in UCD. Come away with it. Gavin needs to get a touch. Hargan did. Really looking like they have a pace on the counter-attacks UCD, but I'm just not finding the man with the killer pass. Back it goes to Brian Shortall. more to go here at Belfield. This Aircom League Cup final. Ball from Robbie Martin into the corner. Chase for Kevin DERRY. DERRY does well and wins the throw as well.
Than anything else, but it just gives Derry the chance to just relax things again. Yeah, absolutely. It's a free kick now. Possession back to Derry. I know a lot of people are talking about Derry. They're on for a treble, and they don't want to talk about that. But if they lose tonight, suddenly that doesn't become an issue, and how could that affect their confidence? Well, there's a fantastic opportunity if they can go and get the result this evening. The confidence you can get out of this would be superb. Cup game against Rovers next weekend. They'll hardly beat them. You'd have to say that, wouldn't you? What's this about Pat Dolan saying you had a stinker that night against UCD? You can't accept that? Can't remember. Ball breaks and it's a chase for Beckett here. Puts pressure on Darren Quigley. Quigley does well. Delaney picks it up for Derry City. Lots of room again for Killian Brennan. Gaps opening up a little bit now in front of this UCD defence. Malloy. Ball into the middle. Well watched all the way by Tony McDonald. Dicker loses out and Brennan comes forward for Derry City. Cuts inside very well indeed. Little let off there from Beckett. Picks it up on the 1-2 with Murphy. And the ball is out over the far side. It will be a throw. And the throw will be to Derry City. Again, patient play from Derry again. Good control from Killian Brennan. Good ball on the feet. Step over. Again, looking to link it in off Beckett again. Just ran away from him there. Long ball forward. Chase on from Martin. Finds the feet of the goal scorer for UCD. Byrne, who lays it out to the left. The players are pouring back, and UCD have given Derry the opportunity to get the shape back in the defensive area. Martin gives it down the line. McWater looks to cut inside. McWater does well, keeps chasing to the line, but super defending at the back from Derry City. But that's a bit more creative from UCD. Yeah, it was individual from McWater there. He was looking to get himself into the box, maybe get across. Good technique. Came inside, done two of them. Just ran away from him there. Good defending from him. Is that DERRY? It's DERRY, yeah. Takes it back into the safety of his penalty area down quickly. Looks like it's going to be a big booming kick right up the middle. Marvin wins. Peter Hutton wins, I should say. The ball breaks out to the right, but it was a late challenge on Kevin DERRY, and it came from Patrick McWater. It will be a free kick to Derry. So we move into the last 20 minutes of normal time of this Aircom League Cup final. And it's really up to UCD to go and try and get themselves back into this if they can. And down the middle they break. Ball switched out to the right. Chase on here for Brian Gannon. Gannon looks to cut inside. Is he going to hit one? Lays the ball into the middle. Couldn't find the feet of Dicker. And maybe Gannon should have been a bit more confident there. He had the option to shoot, but it's still with UCD. Dicker cuts inside. He's got the option to switch it out to this side. Alan Mahan is there and he's in acres of space. He's got to find a teammate though. Good delivery into the middle. Bounces horribly in front of David Ford and nobody could find it for UCD. And at the back post, McWater came late. Decent ball from Mahan into the box. Again, you've got to believe you're going to score from UCD's end of things. You've got to get in after that. Beats the 2 UCD lads. I'm sure whether they believe they're going to score there.
Well, we're going to have a substitution. It's going to be the second substitution of the evening. So coming off will be... I'm just looking to see who's coming off. Coming off will be Matt Farron, in fact. That's a surprise. And coming in, wearing number 8 for Derry City, will be Kieran Martin.
Centre midfield player for a forward, whether he's going to go 4-5-1 and leave it at that, or whether he put Murphy up front playing off Beckett.
So a substitute apiece, and they've both been Martins. Robbie for UCD, Kieran for Derry City, and here come UCD. Ball led out to the left. Martin's there, looking for the ball into the middle and watched all the way by Barry Malloy. He got back deep there, Barry Malloy, and he had to because it was a dangerous moment.
Absolutely, good play again from UCD. Good body strength there. Decent pass, another ball in. They've got to get bodies in the box, UCD.
Led away by Barry Malloy, very much involved in defensive duties, but it's broken to this captain. He put the ball into the middle, and Tony MacDonald could have thought about the goal. He put it into the middle. Sean Hargan was there to clear the danger. More pressure from UCD.
Again, great opportunity. Ball was knocked out. It was a half touch back in, just deflected for Tony MacDonald there. I think he was just trying to pull it back.
More encouraging signs for Pete Mahan's side. The delivery again, Hargan is there. He's had a very good game. The Derry City number 3. There's one in the middle. Hurley switches it to the right. He's got support with Brian Shortall. Shortall is tackled out of it by who else but Sean Hargan, who sets up an attack now for Derry City. Alan Murphy, the layoff ball, finds it through to the substitute, Kieran Martin. Martin's got support, he gives it back to Murphy again. Murphy sizing this one up, hits one straight into the body of UCD's Brian Shortall. Strong pass, but well kept in by Brennan. Tackle in the end was sufficient.
Again, Murphy fancying his chance from 30 yards. He caught it well.
To be honest, he had a lot of time to make his mind up there, didn't he? He wasn't really closed down.
I'm sure UCD will turn the last 10 or 15 minutes. They've put an awful lot of effort into it, albeit running after Derry at times.
Hargan delivers deep. Watched and cleared by the UCD defence. And now there's a breakaway from Stephen Hurley. But Malloy is starting to put the work in around the pitch at the moment, and he wins that ball for Derry City.
He's been quietly efficient, Malloy, in the middle of the park. He's let Murphy get forward in the first half. Him cleaning up anything that breaks down.
Pat did say at half-time, as the ball breaks into the corner, it will just be a safety clearance first from Tony MacDonald. And the longer this game goes on, the more it will suit UCD.
They still need to score. It's just that general play. They've got to somehow get the play pulled into the box. The front two have got to make runs, movement into the box to bring play into the box and give themselves some chances.
Well, the ball breaks too, and it's good work from Barry Malloy. He's been all over the pitch in the last few minutes. Beckett, meat ball to McGlynn. Drags it back beautifully. McGlynn now can pick his man. Goes at the back for Brennan. He just couldn't get a decent header on that.
Decent play again from Derry. Not a bad ball into the box, just a poor header. Just glanced out the side of his head. Difficult one to get on target.
Into the last 15 minutes of the Aircom League Cup final, 2005. Huge amount at stake for both sides. At the moment, it's with Derry City. They lead by 2-1. It's delicately poised, though. It's a very, very slender lead. Brennan. Malloy lays it back to Hargan. Well, the header on was important because it's picked up by Alan Murphy. Murphy chasing through, looks into the middle. Took a funny kind of a bobble in front of Kieran Martin, but he's still got the ball. McGlenn thinks about the shot possibly. Beckett lays it back. Martin hits one, takes it action, comes off the body of Stephen Hurley, corner Derry.
Again, good play from Derry around the edge of the box. They're linking it in well. Not a bad strike from Martin. Hit ball into feet, looking for a 1-2. Sets him up, a good strike. Martin will score his fair share of goals. Every season he scores his fair share of goals. Attack-orientated midfielder.
Delaney goes near post. Gets a touch on it, but it's also cleared away by Gary Dicker. McLean shows great skill. Cuts through the middle. Lays inside to Martin. Hargan's on the overlap for Derry City. If he can get it back in there, it's 4 against 4. Too deep and well picked out of the air by Darren Quigley, who immediately starts the counter-attack. Dicker's out there for UCD. The pace and tempo increasing. That's a magnificent ball from the number 8. Finds his teammate, Alan Mahan. Mahan's got support on the right there with Gannon. Goes to Gannon. Delivery low and hard. Oh, it wasn't far away at all from Byrne. They're chasing in there another inch or two and it could have found the number 10.
Again, decent play from UCD, good ball out. Gannon the overlap, hit it in with pace as well. Just needed a nick at the front post there and you have yourself a chance.
Martin looks to win it, but Delaney is a total of strength coming from those balls. No chances taken by Kevin Derry, just clears it over the line. The UCD bench, as you can imagine, quite tense. Throw for the students. Derry City, 20 games undefeated. What a run that's been. Walter has it for UCD, looking to put a stop to that run. Almost dropped over to Lenny, but he repositioned himself well, the defender. Murphy has it. Goes to go back to Hargan, but Hargan almost taken, the ball almost taken off Hargan's foot by Gannon, but it's a throw. The throw will be to Derry City.
Again, good composed football from Derry. Right from the full back, Hargan there, and ball into feet, Murphy back out again. Only 10 minutes to go. And they've got their hands on the first piece of silverware.
It'll be a free kick to UCD, as Liam says, the first domestic silverware on offer this evening here at Belfield Park. Derry ever closer to securing that automatic qualification to the Setanta Cup for 2006. Delaney shows strength, wins the ball and finds Killian Brennan. It's a little, maybe not the best delivery over the top. A little too hard. David Ford not hanging around, gives the ball away for Derry City on the far side. Beckett looks for support out on the right, finds Byrne. Murphy goes to challenge in, doesn't win the challenge, but wins the throw for Derry City.
Just wondering what Pete Mahon's plans are. 10 minutes to go. And on plan C at this minute in time.
Malloy hits one! Off target to the left and wide, but confident enough to have a strike. Surely Mahon's got to take chances now.
They've got to do something with 10 minutes to go, whether it's change the shape, the personnel, push somebody on for maybe go 3 at the back. But they've got to do something.
Well, I tell you that you are right. We've been looking just over towards the UCD dugout, and they will make another change very, very shortly. Got to rejig his formation and go for this. The UCD manager, long searching ball over the top. There will be a change for Derry City as well. Coming in for Derry City will be the very talented Patrick McCourt. He'll be in the fray very shortly. Brennan has it. Take the touch off the UCD defender, but it's found its way to Brennan. There's a bit of space here for Derry City. Delivery towards the back post, but Glenn has come powering in, but powers too hard and gives away the free kick. And we're going to have two substitutions, one for Derry and one for UCD. Coming in, or coming off for Derry City will be the goal scorer in the 14th minute, Alan Murphy. He'll get a warm round of support from his travelling fans. And coming on will be Patrick McCourt. He's wearing number 23. There will also be a change for UCD, and coming in will be Conor Kenna, signed from Shells at the start of the season. Dick Kenna. Alan Murphy's done his bit, striking the net on the 14th minute.
He's had a fine game. Pat McCourt's not a bad lad to be bringing on.
Patrick McWalter, the unfortunate man to put the ball into his own net just before half-time, is making way, and coming on will be Conor Kenna.
Well, I'm sure Kenna will go at centre-back, and it will release Tony McDonald further up the park.
So we're just about 8 minutes or so, just a little under 8 minutes to go in this cup final in normal time. If UCD do manage to get the ball into the Derry City net and they're level at the end of 90, we will have extra time. It will be decided this evening.
It's their last throw at ice. Tony McDonald's gone up into midfield, I think, just playing off the front two.
But he does add a bit of height and a bit of holding ability.
Absolutely, he's got great presence in the box also, if he can get some crosses in, and I'm sure that's what Pete Mahan will be trying to do in the last 10 minutes.
Derry. Beckett links up with Patrick McCourt. Great ball through. McLean is in a bit of space. He's got a man wide open on the left. He had the option. He had a shot in the end, but he had the option of Killian Brennan, who was wide open to his left. He didn't see him, obviously.
Good play from McCourt. Good ball down the line. Great touch inside. Took two of them out of play. Good strike and a great save from Quigley.
So chase back for Michael O'Donnell. O'Donnell lays it inside, finds support with Brian Shorthall. Gannon. Mahan. Pushing the pressure buttons, but can they open this Derry City defence? UCD through Gannon. Was advantage being played here. Into the middle it goes, and the captain almost making an immediate impact up front. Tony McDonald just missed that header by inches, and it's now a counter-attack for Derry City. McCourt might fancy to go all the way himself. He's got Beckett left. Goes for Beckett. Beckett in a bit of space. He stayed onside. Derry City just keeping it nice and loose. Plenty of movement in around the UCD penalty area. McCourt again decides to go on a run through. Beats one, but doesn't beat two of the UCD defenders, and the students have a chance to come forward again. They need the ball up the other end of the pitch. That's a loose pass, and it's picked up in the middle by Derry City. Derry has it. Deliver over the top. McCourt's on the chase through. He's got a bit of room. We know he's got tons of ability. Brennan's on the run. Thought about the shot. Overplaying it slightly, Derry City. It's frustrating the travelling supporters from the Brandywell. There's a certain goal will kill this once and for all. There's a UCD player down, and very sportingly, Patrick McCourt puts the ball into touch.
Again, superb technique from McCourt. They keep playing the ball into feet.
Well, down on the deck at the moment is Alan Mahan, the UCD number 2, just receiving a bit of treatment. Well, look at Pete Mahan and his backroom staff there. they've had so much possession in the second half, and they've had to defend so deep, but they've got to take one more chance, surely.
Absolutely. But the ball only 2 minutes ago that came into the box, Delaney did particularly well to just nudge Tony McDonald off the ball as it came in, but they've somehow got to pull play into the box there. And with McDonald's presence in there, they're sure to get a chance.
They've got the Frenchman Damien Dupé on the bench as well. So the throw is taken. The ball is delivered back. And it will be time eaten up by David Ford. No rush. So Ford with the ball down the right wing. Off the head of the UCD number 3, Michael McDonald, is kept alive. Finds his way through to Barry Malloy. McDonald into the middle. Ford just won't count defeat at the moment, and McDonald hassles well and wins the throw for UCD. So Hargan looks to win the ball. You know, we've been so caught up in this final. There have been so many things happening in relation to this. I know that in a few seconds' time you've got to think about man of the match. In fact, I think he's on screen.
I'd have to give it to Peter Hutton. He's done superb this evening. Nothing's got past him. His experience is superb. His organisation is fantastic as well. He's had a very, very good game.
The Aircom League man of the match, Peter Hutton, as chosen by Liam Buckley. You get the freedom of Derry now for that, you know that, don't you? It's going to be a free kick for UCD. We'll have a third and final substitution. Coming off is Brian Gannon, and coming in wearing number 15 is Damien Dupois. And that is an all-out attack, and he has to do it, does Pete Mahan. Dupois has played for Castellon-le-Cray, Béziers, Galway United, Narbonne, French player.
It's the final throw of the dice with 3 minutes to go.
We'll have a bit of stoppage time. 1 or 2 injuries, but not a whole lot. It's all out attack for UCD, trying to force this game now to extra time. Well, let's not forget the semi-final. Hawkins scored for Shelburne on the 85th minute. UCD got 2 goals in injury time, so they have come from the death before.
Well, there you certainly don't want to defend too deep and give any silly chances away.
Breaks down. 2 minutes of normal time remain, and there'll be quite a few minutes, I would imagine, of additional time. We're hearing that there's possibly 4 minutes of additional time. There has been 1 or 2 injuries. Just 5 minutes to go before, if Derry City can hold out, they'll lift this trophy for the 6th time. They already hold the record, 5-time winners, looking for number 6 in their 8th final. Can the students do something about that? I'm sure they'll try to the very last second. Hargan's there. Clearance not the best this time because it comes off Tony McDonald, who forces him back. But again, Hargan is equal to the task and wins a goal kick for Derry City.
Pushing on with 5 minutes to go. They should have been doing it with 20 minutes to go, pushing on as they are now.
So goal kick for David Ford. Well, he kicks that one straight out. Celebrations beginning early, maybe. We're into additional time. The travelling support from the Brandywell believe that Stephen Kenny's men have done enough to clinch the first piece of domestic silverware of the season. So it'll be a free kick, a late challenge. A bit of a clumsy challenge, but it'll be a free kick for UCD. Come on. Well, there was drama at Talker Park for UCD when they beat Shelburne. It'll have to be something of the same stature here at Belfield to force this one to extra time. But it's never over till referee Damien Hancock blows that final whistle. There's always hope with just 1 goal to lead.
They're defending quite deep, Derry. They're getting plenty of bodies behind the ball.
It's quite noticeable that everyone will stay forward for UCD. The ball in has to be a good one. It's headed away by Peter Hutton. Now it's picked up by Gary Dicker, going on a run himself. Sees that he has to bring the ball forward, has to challenge the Derry City defence. Low and hard, little Leo. Super tackling there by the man of the match, Peter Hutton. McCourt cuts inside. Brennan will just hold this one up, throw it up, but manages to stay strong and wins a free kick as well for his troubles. And that's as good as a goal at this stage when you win a free kick. But almost just 2.5 minutes to go.
You'll be happy enough with that. Free kick, take the pressure off, everybody push up.
In past finals, Derry City have beaten Dundalk, they've beaten Limerick, Bohemians, Shelburne and Sligo Rovers. Are they about to add UCD to that list? Here comes Brennan. He's on a charge forward, lays it out to the left. McCourt is there. McCourt not going to the corner, it's not in his makeup. He decides to drive towards the penalty area, but there's plenty back there in defence for UCD. And Dupuy gets his first touch, but it's Beckett that comes out the better, and here come Derry again. McLean. Bit of room for McLean, he's going to go down the middle route. Lays it out to McCourt. McCourt might think about a shot. Gets it onto the right side, but he just can't find the room. Drags it back beautifully. Holds on to possession, and the clock is ticking all the time for Derry City. Into the corner goes Gareth McLean. He's not deciding to attack the Derry City defence. He's just holding up. But it's a free kick, and the free kick will be to UCD. So, free kick for UCD. This surely is the last throw of the dice for the students. They've got a line of players forward. It's headed by their captain. Well, there's just a little bit of a mix-up there, and it's a throw for UCD. They can get players forward from this if they can launch one in. A real air of tension around Belfield Park. Nice little ball back. Here come UCD. Deploys delivery in. There's a header. It's still in play. Well, that's a wild boot back into the middle of the penalty area, but it's still there. But Beckett wins the header for Derry City. Finds his way back towards Stephen Hurley. He's got no one to go to. They're all up in the penalty area. And it's broken down by Derry City. But fired long by Brian Shortall. Derry has to defend. Dicker wins it for UCD. Back in towards the middle. McDonald gets the header. Delaney wins it. It's cleared away. It's found its way through Stephen Hurley, thinking about the shot. But tackled out of it by Kieran Martin. Switching the play all the way out towards Alan Mahan. Surely Mahan has to think about a shot. Hits one off the outside of the bounce. And it skims to the left and wide. And that is surely that. But the referee has given a corner kick. Derry are enraged. They didn't see any contact. What do you think of this, Lee?
Great ball in from Mahan, the outside of the boot. Just a slow reaction from the UCD lads' point of view. They still got a chance with a corner.
Could be a controversial decision. This is definitely it for UCD. We've gone out over the allocated injury time. Delivery towards the back. There's a header there, but David Ford stands tall and wins the ball for Derry City. And I can only imagine that this will be the last kick of the Eircom League Cup final for 2005. And in fact, it will be a free kick, so he can take even longer.
Great ball in. Well handled by Ford. In the 6-yard box, it's his. He's a big lad. No mistakes.
And referee Damien Hancock blows the whistle as Derry City are crowned the Eircom League champions, or the Eircom League Cup champions. Maybe I've been a bit preemptive there, but they've won the Eircom League Cup, and they've won it by 2-1 here at Belfield. The Eircom League Cup is on its way back to the Brandywell. It started so brightly for them. Alan Murphy jigging past the UCD defence, strikes it low into the left corner, 1-0. And then there was a great response, and it came from Byrne, who put one back for UCD. And then at the most unfortunate moment from UCD's point of view, Martin put the ball into the net. Patrick Metwater. The celebrations will be long and hard. It's the first part of our treble. We'll have all the reaction from Des and Pat when we come back right after this commercial break.
Irish football's #1 supporter, the Star.
don't you bail me now? So I made a choice, oh, I want out. Exploration of time and space. I pace myself by walking through the human race. And I'm gonna move anywhere I can. Don't need wheels to get me there. I found something new, and if you want me to, baby, I'll share it with you. I found something new, and baby, I'll share it.
There's a million ways to make your day. Mars, another way to make your day.
This is a great run by Duff. And you can watch the latest Barclays Premiership goals on your mobile and see your team score just minutes after full time. Well, hopefully. Must be a goal for Kilburn. Get Barclays Premiership goals anywhere on Vodafone Live with 3G.
Rudy's been left on mark.
He loves me.
Uniquely made with pure sunflower oil.
He loves me not.
3 out of 4 people prefer Tato.
He loves me. He loves me not. Yet.
But he will when he sees me.
But there's always one.
I know where he lives. I know where he works. I want to have his babies.
Tato, Ireland's favourite.
Well, it's been a long day for Strahan. What a lovely shot!
Forget your right guard. Let's start again. Start every day with an upward spray of Right Guard Total Protection. Its time-released odour protection will never let you down. Right Guard Total Protection. Start right, end right.
If you're a keen golfer and fancy a golfing break in the Algarve, then why not follow the lead of one of Ireland's finest golfers, Christy O'Connor Jr. From just €200 per person, you'll enjoy free golf and 7 nights in luxurious 4-star accommodation. Christy certainly seems impressed. Oceanico Resorts. Discover the best of the Algarve.
Irish football's #1 supporter, the Star.
Welcome back. A 6th League Cup win for the men from the Brandywell. UCD won, Derry City 2, the final score at Belfield. Let's go down to Will Downing, who's with man of the match, Peter Hutton.
Peter, it's the first leg of the treble. Well done.
Thanks very much. Full credit put the UCD. They made us work hard for the fight, but I think it was just rewards in the end.
Great start with that early goal.
Yeah, it was. It was important we got off to a good start now, and we did. But unfortunately, we gave away a wee bit of a sloppy goal. But credit the boys again, they showed a lot of character to get back and get our noses back in front. And I think we thoroughly deserved the win.
Wasn't it a case in the second half of just shoring things up because it was a lot less eventful than the first?
Well, not really. We still wanted to go out and get the third and then close up shop possibly. But as I say, we had a lot of possession, but we didn't sort of really have that cutting edge against the second half. But again, that's full credit to UCD. They made it very hard for us. But thankfully, as I say, we got the right result.
Now, what about that noise coming from the main stand behind you? It was incessant all night.
Yeah, they're a credit. They're unbelievable everywhere we go this season. They come in the numbers, and I think, as everyone's rightly says, they're the best fans in Ireland.
Well, Peter, there's a big presentation to come, but before that, as Eircom man of the match, Jeff Shakespeare of Eircom would like to give you a nice piece of crystal. And you've got a main trophy to collect now. Well done.
Yes, congratulations to Peter Hutton, and Derry supporters there will be wondering, is that the first of 3? They've won it by 2-1, and all in all, Pat, probably deserving winners, but as we saw at the end, a 1-goal lead at Belfield, it's a pretty precarious one.
Yeah, well, I felt beforehand that the game would be tight. I thought people were disrespectful to UCD, saying it would be an easy win for Derry. Pete Mann could be proud of his young team. They lack a cutting edge. That's what cost them this evening. Derry had the experience, they had the quality, and my goodness me, they had wonderful support here, deserving winners. But credit to UCD, they hosted this final wonderfully.
Yes, given the atmosphere created by the Derry supporters over our shoulder there, it may as well have been played at the Brandywell.
Well, you know, supporters can be the 12th man, and we've seen it this season with Derry's travelling support, Cook City's travelling support. That's got to be good for the Aircom League.
Well, they're already starting to celebrate over there, so let's have a look at the presentation down there. Wonderful scenes for the men from Derry City. The champagne is already flying. Clive Delaney, former UCD man, of course, in the middle of it. David Ford there as well. What a key figure he's been in goal for them. And the supporters. It'll make the trip home an awful lot easier, Pat.
Yeah, it will, but I'm sure Steve will be very aware they want to celebrate this, but they've got a very important cup quarter-final against Shamrock Rovers at the Brandywell this weekend. So the celebrations, yes, but I think it'll be the odd glass of champagne, not any magnums.
Speaking of Stephen Kenny, what a night for himself. I was watching his reaction at the final whistle, and you know, it's one in the bag now, and it's something he'll cherish, obviously, after moving to Derry, and it's great for a genuine football man to get his trophy.
Well, you know, Stephen Kenny was sacked by Bohemians Football Club. Now, he'd given up his job, he had his own business, he gave it up because he believed in Irish football. Won a league championship there, and the fans lost patience with him very, very quickly. So that's their prerogative. But tonight, to come here with Derry, and it's not just the win, it's the manner of the win, because it's quality football.
Well, a bittersweet moment for UCD as they collect their runners-up medals. A gallant performance tonight, and in the end, just falling fractionally short. But so many quality players here. Pete Mahon was hoping that getting to occasions like this is the spur that will bring more players to UCD and will keep the ones who are here for a few more years yet.
It's a heartbreaker for Pete Mahon because he's put so much in to football in this country, with St Francis, with Bohemians, now with UCD. But, you know, you've got to accept that, you know, Derry were the stronger side. They were the favourites. They made a very good contest. But I don't think anyone can argue possession of the ball in terms of clear-cut chances. Derry were superior.
And UCD, of course, have a cup quarter-final of their own coming up against Bray, who they beat in the league last weekend, so they'll be hoping they can bounce back and put the disappointments, obviously, of tonight behind them. But it is a night for Derry City, for their support, for their management team, for everyone behind the scenes. I mean, they've really embraced the professional era now and the ethos of it and taken it on, and now they've got a tangible reward.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a special night, especially for those fans. To come down here on a Tuesday night, a very, very long journey. It was made as inconvenient as possible for them. But you know what? They love this team. And they're a proper football club up in Derry. Because you know what makes a proper football club in these islands? Is where the city, the town, where the club really, really counts. And you know what? It won't just be the people here tonight, but the whole city of Derry that will celebrate.
Looking at the players going through, Stephen O'Flynn didn't play tonight, but he's played his part, of course, over the season so far. I suppose Pat McCourt coming through, another significant signing.
Yeah, I mean, Pat came on at the end, and it shows you need that strength in depth. That's for the future. Now it's coming up to this special, special moment. Stephen Kenny's first one as a Derry manager. He's turned it round. Now he's got silverware, and this is a special moment when the trophy goes up.
Well, Cotton is about to make his way up to receive the trophy. A man-of-the-match performance from the Derry City skipper, and he's certainly led by example. Peter Hutton then will receive the Aircom League Cup for 2005. The winners, Derry City.
Poetic justice, and Mr. Shakespeare's there from Aircom. He's milking the moment. It's great to see everyone enjoying it. And I'll tell you what shows the spirit. If you look at Stephen O'Flynn, substitute tonight, didn't get a minute on the park, but look at him there next to Peter Hutton, and look at what it means to him. That's when you know the manager has done a great job in gelling the dressing room.
We better warn some employers up in the Derry region. Some of those supporters might be back for a few days, I think, the way this is going.
They might never go back, Des.
Well, what a time it is for Derry City Football Club. They've really turned things around, as we said earlier in the programme. Not so long ago, they were fighting for their Premier Division survival. And look at them now, Aircom League Cup winners in line for a possible treble. Amazing times.
But it's funny because someone said to me at half-time, I hope this game isn't decided by an own goal. And I was thinking to myself, that man there will be absolutely determined to get how he wins it.
Well, does Stephen care how he won it? I'm sure he does. And let's go to Whaley's with Stephen.
Stephen, absolutely tremendous triumph, and there could be more to come.
Well, we'll just enjoy tonight first. Tremendous night for us. I thought support was tremendous from Derry to travel on a Tuesday night, and they've been like that all season, whether it be from going to Waterford and Cork and Dublin every week. And I'm delighted for the players, a trophy for the rewards that they put in, for the efforts that they've made. I thought they deserved it, you know, brilliant.
We're starting off with having two of the best strikers in the league on the bench.
Well, as I say, the thing about it is, UCD made it difficult for us on the night. They played very well. I thought we deserved the win. We had a bit of luck with the winner, okay, but we could definitely create the majority of the chances. The UCD, last 15 minutes, penned us back, caused a lot of problems, and we're just thrilled to get a win, because we're beaten here in the league earlier in the season, and to come here and win is tricky, and it's a fantastic win for the club.
It's the League Cup final. What sort of a fillip is this now for the league and the FAI Cup?
Well, it's great. Gives us some silverware, but I don't think we're going to be content with that. You know, I think we're more ambitious than just to sell for that. And but talk is cheap. You know, we've got to continue to approach each game and show the same hunger and desire every week that we've been shown for the last 21 games. You know, we've got Shamrock Rovers this week. We'll make sure we prepare well for that, and we've got 8 league games left, and you know, we'll see what happens.
And there's a chance to cup next season as well. Congrats, Stephen.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that, and well done to the chairman, Hugh McDade, and Jim Ruddy, and that for providing everything for us as well.
Thanks. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. Congratulations, Stephen Kenny. Congratulations, Derry City. 1 down, 2 to go. Treble Talk will be alive and well on the road home. From Pat Dolan, myself, and all the team here at Belfield. See you next time.